Okay, so my name's Dan Bailey. I'm a senior associate here at Pinsent Masons in London, and I'm a basic technology lawyer. I sit in what's called the ICT team, so where we do a lot of technology work, but I also do a lot of other work for startups, particularly early stage technology companies. We do all sorts of things that are related to the use of technology in the broadest sense, but primarily it's around use of the internet to sell products or supply services in some way, shape or form, and that can be anything from dealing with advertising contracts for sort of online services or products, from dealing with the agreements between a customer and a supplier of a big IT system. We do a lot of work for major financial institutions, banks, insurance companies, that sort of thing, but also, for retailers and smaller businesses. The Bootlaw is basically an event that I started with a colleague about just over 3 years ago, and it was really an attempt to disseminate information to startups and technology entrepreneurs in a slightly more efficient way than sort of meeting them all for lunch or for a coffee or something and doing it all one-to-one. So we decided there were lots of things that people needed to know about, and we'd sort of parcel it up into bite-sized chunks and deliver it every month by way of an event. Like I said, we started it 3 years ago. We organise it using meetup.com, which is a pretty popular platform in the technology community. And it's sort of expanded from that, and we've got now a proper website that sits in front of it that we put some content through. But essentially, at its heart, it is an event, and we've continued to run it month in, month out. We've done nearly 30 meetups since starting it, and we now have over 900 people, technology entrepreneurs and so on, signed up as members of Bootlaw, and we get sort of 50, 60, 70, 80 people coming along a month to listen to us or our guest speakers talk about relevant legal issues for startups. It generates a fair amount of business from startups who have legal needs like any company, whether it be for raising funding from a VC or just sort of sorting out employment issues with their staff, or just setting up, getting off the ground in the first place. So all of those sorts of things. And that drives business because people have been along to listen to us, and they know that we're friendly, approachable lawyers who they can go to when they have a problem. It's really interesting to talk to entrepreneurs in a slightly more informal setting. When you're a lawyer, people sometimes only come and talk to you when they feel the problem is sort of big enough to warrant taking legal advice. And it's really good to have a forum where people can sort of openly ask questions, and you can discuss issues in a slightly more relaxed setting than in a formal meeting. And certainly I've learned a lot from the entrepreneurs who come along about their businesses, about their business models, but also about how they solve problems informally without necessarily going to a lawyer. So whenever we hold a Bootlaw event, I'm really encourage trainee lawyers to come along. The Europas, first of all, there are annual awards that have been launched by TechCrunch Europe. TechCrunch Europe is the biggest tech blog covering tech startups in Europe. It's hugely influential, and we have been nominated in the category of Best Service Provider to Startups. I'm proud to say that we won this category last year, although that was Bootlaw in combination with the firm I was with last year, which is a different firm. So first time as Pinsent Masons up for this award, and obviously very chuffed to get nominated again. It's a bit like the X Factor for startups in that there are lots of people nominated in each category, but it's up to the readers of TechCrunch to log on and vote for their favourite startup, or in this case service provider. So, and we're up against not just other law firms but PR firms and so on. So it's a tough category because there's a lot of choice and a lot of different types of service provider in there. But we're confident that we make a pretty good offering to startups throughout the year, and hope we'll either win or have a very strong showing on the night.